So Megan Thee Stallion just blew up the internet, and not with a new track. She went on Instagram stories and told the whole world that Klay Thompson cheated on her. No subtlety, no code words, no vague poetry. She wrote that he had her around his entire family, playing house, and then turned around and told her he wasn't sure he could be monogamous. She even called out his mood swings during basketball season. Her exact words? Holding you down through all your HORRI bill mood, swings, and treatment towards me during your basketball season. Now you don't know if you can be monogamous? And then she ended the whole post with, I need our REAL break after this one. Bye y'all. Her rep then confirmed the split to multiple outlets, with a formal statement saying, trust, fidelity, and respect are non-negotiable for me in a relationship. And when those values are compromised, there's no real path forward. Now look, if you're just hearing about this couple for the first time and wondering how we even got here, you need to sit down, because this story did not start with drama. It actually started with something that felt genuinely sweet. And that's what makes this whole ending hit so different. Before making it public, Megan posted a bikini photo on her Instagram, and fans could just barely make out what appeared to be Klay Thompson in the background of the carousel. That was the soft launch, subtle, quiet, very unlike Megan, honestly. Then Thompson did the same thing. He posted an Instagram dump and included what looked like Megan from behind and a hand-holding photo with the caption, Sweet Belle's son. Neither of them said a word. They just let the internet do the work. And the internet always does the work. They publicly debuted just a few days after those posts at Megan's Pete and Thomas Foundation Gala in New York, the event she hosts in honor of her late parents to support underserved communities. That was the moment they stopped hiding it. And the way Megan talked about him in those early days, it was different from anything she'd said publicly about a man before. She told People magazine, we met and it was such a meet cute. I won't tell you how and I won't tell you when, but it was a movie. He's the nicest person I've ever met in my life. And people believed her because this wasn't Megan performing happiness.
We met and it was such a meet cute. It was like a movie.
This genuinely looked like a woman who had found something calm and real after years of very public chaos. Think about everything she'd been through leading up to this. The Tory Lanez trial, losing her mother, the internet harassment that never stopped. She had been carrying so much publicly, and here she was, finally letting herself be loved. What's important to understand is that this relationship didn't just happen to her randomly. Megan has talked openly about therapy for years, and when she sat down with People for an in-depth interview, she said something that reframed the whole thing. I think that because finally I started being in a better mind space about myself and my life, and I had already been doing a lot of work to heal me. I had been going to therapy. I had a bunch of activities that I started doing for myself. Maybe God just opened up that space for me to have somebody that loved me right. She wasn't looking for love, she was healing. And Klay Thompson walked in at exactly the moment she'd made room for someone. The three-time Grammy winner reflected on how prioritizing her mental health and healing created space for a meaningful relationship, saying, I didn't even know I was going to be in my relationship, to be honest. That kind of vulnerability from someone who built her whole brand on being the toughest woman in the room, that hit differently. And fans responded to it. For the first time in a long time, people weren't worried about Megan. They were happy for her. And she let that joy spill into her music almost immediately. By late October of 2025, just a few months into going public, Megan dropped Lover Girl, her first song directly inspired by Thompson. The single debuted at number 38 on the Billboard Hot 100. Marking the first rap song to break into the chart's upper ranks in weeks. The lyrics were unapologetically soft and romantic, a total departure from what people expected from her. She rapped about her man calling her my lady instead of anything disrespectful, about him spoiling her and showing up consistently. In Lover Girl, she rapped, my man say my lady, he never say my. Some make excuses, he make that's exist. That line alone broke the internet. Because coming from Megan, after everything she'd been through with men publicly, that lyric felt like a declaration of something rare. She released the song the day after attending his season opener courtside, and the timing was absolutely intentional. She was spotted in the arena tunnels holding hands with Thompson and comforting him after the Mavericks' opening night loss to the San Antonio Spurs, and then posted photos recapping her night at the American Airlines Center. She captioned those photos, "Lover Girl," the same title as the song dropping the next morning. It was a perfect media moment, authentic and promotional all at once. And from that point on, her courtside appearances became their own event. Every single game she showed up to, people were talking more about what she wore than what happened on the court. And honestly, can you blame them? At the Lakers versus Mavericks game, she arrived at Crypto.com Arena in custom knee-high stiletto boots, built in textured basketball orange leather that mimicked the grain and color of a game ball, paired with a matching checkered Birkin. She sat next to Klay's mother, Klay Thompson, courtside. Custom basketball boots and a Birkin at a Mavericks game. That is a woman who is not blending in. Then came Christmas Day, and this might be the courtside appearance that defined her WAG era. Klay was facing his old team, the Golden State Warriors, at San Francisco's Chase Center, and Megan showed up bundled up, but still showing off her curves in a look that made every camera in the building find her. She opted for tall boots, fitted jeans, and a light long-sleeve top that split just below the chest, keeping warm in the chilly arena while emphasizing her signature curves. Fans called it courtside perfection. And even though the Mavericks lost that night, Megan's look was the story everyone was writing about the next morning. A few days later, she showed up to yet another game in a high-slit asymmetrical top with classic denim, and fans completely lost it again. Fans flooded the comments calling the look effortlessly hot and courtside perfection, with many saying she left no crumbs, dang, and then she went on the road. Because she wasn't just showing up for home games, she was traveling with him. When she arrived at a game in Oklahoma City, the entire arena stopped and stared as she walked to her courtside seat in a stylish burgundy red leather crop jacket and jeans, with fans and other attendees pulling out their phones to record her entrance. This was not just a girlfriend supporting her man, this was a cultural crossover event every single time she walked into an arena. Sports commentators were talking about it, fashion editors were talking about it. The internet was comparing them to Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift. And honestly, the comparisons weren't even that far off. A four-time NBA champion dating one of the biggest rappers on the planet. Same energy, different sport. Meanwhile, off the court, everything looked even better. By Thanksgiving, Thompson had named his boat the SS Stallion after Megan, and the couple spent the holiday together with Thompson's family. She posted a video of herself cooking for him and his family, and it felt genuinely domestic. Real? Like two people who had decided they were building something. Then in February, Megan organized an elaborate birthday celebration for his 36th. She got Bone Thugs and Harmony, reportedly one of Thompson's favorite groups, to perform live just for him, beginning with a private beach picnic and culminating in a star-studded party. She also gifted him an Audemars Piguet Royal Oak watch, which is not exactly a casual birthday present. And Thompson returned the gesture in a massive way. For her birthday, he surprised her with a baby blue Bentley with a big bow on the hood, reportedly worth approximately $275K. She captioned the post, "A time was definitely had, TACYUBA." And it was around the same time that she said something that now feels incredibly painful to look back on. While she was in Milan filming a YouTube short with Olympic athletes who had just gotten engaged, she looked at the camera and said she was manifesting my engagement.
What's up, you guys? Hello. Hey. Good. How are you?
She was talking about Klay. She was thinking about marrying this man. So when April 25th came and that Instagram story went up, the whiplash was brutal. Not just for fans, but you have to imagine, for Megan herself. This was the woman who did the therapy, did the healing, waited until she was in the right headspace, found someone she described as the nicest person she'd ever dated, went on record calling it her first relationship, where she truly felt at ease, and still ended up being cheated on. She told Page Six the previous summer, "I have never dated somebody so kind. This is my first relationship where I've ever been with somebody who's genuinely a nice person, and he makes me genuinely happy." And yet, the accusation represents a dramatic turn from what had been one of the most visible celebrity NBA relationships over the past several months. Thompson, for his part, has not publicly responded to any of it. He has yet to publicly address Megan's allegations. His silence is doing a lot of talking. What makes this whole thing even more layered is the timing on his end. Thompson posted arguably the worst season of his career with the Dallas Mavericks in 2025-26. He averaged career lows of 11.7 points, 2.1 rebounds, and 1.4 assists in 21.7 minutes per game, starting just 8 of the 69 games he appeared in, a notable shift for a four-time NBA champion long accustomed to a featured role. And during that rough stretch, critics were saying his relationship was a distraction. He defended Megan publicly against those comments. He stood up for her, and she said she was there holding him down through those mood swings and that rough season. Now it's all out in the open, and the internet has picked a side very quickly. Here's what nobody can take from Megan, though. The growth she showed in this relationship was real, regardless of how it ended. She went from the most pain-filled years of her public life into therapy, into self-work, into building something that looked like genuine peace. The fact that someone else didn't honor that doesn't erase what she built in herself. Lover Girl is still a hit. The healing was still real. The love she was ready to give was real. But it does raise a question that has no clean answer. If someone does all the right things, the therapy, the healing, the self-love, the patience, and it still ends like this, what does that say? Is there even a formula for protecting your heart? Or is vulnerability always going to carry that risk, no matter how ready you are? Megan did everything people say you're supposed to do before loving someone, and Klay Thompson still reportedly wasn't ready to meet that. Maybe that's the part that stings the most.